Moving Company, right? And honestly, I'm not even saying that to be controversial, but like, has any dude here ever been moving with his chick and halfway through is like, babe, you gotta start a company. You are crushing it. You gotta take this pro, baby. All right, how about this? All-girl moving company called the Ex-Wives, and they just take half your stuff. How about, come on, that's a pretty good idea. You can have it. It's your idea. I'm kind of on the lady side, by the way, because I don't think I should be a mover, you know? I don't think anyone would be happy if you hired a mover and a guy like me showed up like, we're doing both couches? No, you want some retard from the suburbs with cauliflower ears. Where's the boxes, right? Guy looks like that. That's what you want, right there. I used to do UFC, I move now. Sandpaper fingers, right? That would destroy a woman's vagina if he fingered her, right? That's not my silky smooth comedy hands. I will say, though, if you ever hire someone to help you move, you better not be there, because you'll never feel like a bigger bitch as a man than hiring another real man to come move cuck you in your own house. Two real men walk in like, all right, ladies, what do we... Oh, a guy hired us. All right, weird. Okay. You're just in the corner in the dark. I'm the guy paying, brother. Slower. You like that? I'll pay you more if you sweat a bunch. Just turn you into a trad wife. You're like, you boys need some lemonade? They're emasculating you. Like, you'll tell you what, you can hold the wrench, kiddo. You're like, can I? Oh my God, they're heavy. I honestly don't even get that weird about masculinity stuff. Only sometimes there'll be like shows that are a little too in your face. Like, you guys know Yellowstone, like the cowboy show? Big Yellowstone fan? What's your thoughts on Yellowstone while we're on the subject?
I like it.
What do you think of it? Pretty good. I don't know. Not bad. It is a little in your face, though. Girls watching want to fuck cowboys a little too much. Which is fine if you're a cowboy, not so fine if you're a comedian in New York. You know what I mean? The guy on the screen will just be like, a man who can't ride a horse is not even a man at all. And I'm on my bed in Manhattan like, what the fuck? Oh, man. Bullshit. You ladies sitting in your bed with a man who can't even protect you on 14th Avenue. Oh, you're like, that one's about me. That feels... I can protect you. Then I hear something at the door and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I find myself being defensive. I'll be like, I mean, some people have said that comedians are the cowboys of the internet, so... Hey, remember that joke I made that was offensive to Indians? Bit of a cowboy move, right? A little bit of cowboy behavior there. So maybe that, and then a few months ago, my girl asked me to open a jar and I couldn't, so I don't know if you ever not been able to open a jar. All right, he'll just... Ladies and gentlemen, we have David Goggins in the audience tonight. He just laughed at me like, I do 2 jars at once, pussy. Pickles for everybody. Just looks at the pickles, they jump out, they know what's up. Well, it's not ideal, so that's better, because your chick's like, can you open this jar? And you're like, yeah, obviously. Then you watch her pussy dry up as you're like, is it like a prank jar? A prank situation? And then because girls are nice, she goes, well, why don't we ask the neighbor to open it? I go, I mean, if you want me to kill myself, ask the neighbor? Are you out of your mind walking over? Ding dong, we heard there's a strong man that lives here. He fucked? The only thing I could do is go over and be like, yo, could you open this jar? Yeah, me too, just checking, boys. Go back home. He wasn't home, took it down on the way over. That's what I do. But then worse than that, she goes, no, I don't know why you're making a big deal of this. I prefer that you're not some macho guy. And I go, that's not actually a compliment. I prefer a weak man. That's a compliment, like your girl saying, oh no, I actually prefer yours because the big ones hurt too much. Or worse, I prefer yours, the regular ones hurt too much. Maybe dudes need, you know how girls have positivity on the internet where it'll be like, every girl's beautiful. It'll be like a girl under a bridge, like, even me. Like, especially you. There's no dude version where it's like, every man's rich and we can open every jar. Yeah, come to think of it, I fucked that jar up. Because the internet sort of tells people how they want the world to be, but real life sorts it out a bit. You've seen things that'll be like, every girl should be allowed to walk through a dark alley at any time of night with her tits out. And real life's like, yeah, but don't though. What are you, crazy? Mental? I've even seen things on the internet that'll be like, women are just as strong as men. And it's like, okay, then why are you so easy for me to put in my trunk? You know what I mean? Hey. And I'm not even macho. There is a lot of Gen Z and millennials or bitches stuff on the internet, which is true a little bit, but I don't like hearing it from someone that's too much older when it'll be like, men used to be men and we used to know how to treat a woman and they would respect us. And it's like, you also used to punch them way more. We used to hold a door for a damsel, but you also used to jam her head in the door if dinner wasn't prepared. So don't get mad at me when I open the door a crack, sidle through, and then don't punch you. That is fair, right? That's a fair trade-off. All I'm saying is chivalry came with a lot of fat lips. Hey. So when your girl's like, oh, would you take a bullet for me? It's like, why don't you just not be on set with Alec Baldwin in the first place? We don't have to have these conversations. You know who you see it a little bit with, though? The action stars. Action stars back in the day used to be like psychopaths that believed they were the guy, like Seagal and Van Damme. Now they're like media trained. Jason Momoa will be like, everyone needs to recycle like a pussy a little bit. In 1990, Steven Seagal made a movie called Hard to Kill, if you guys remember this. There's one scene where he's in a coma, right? And the nurse comes in, looks at his dick, and she goes, please don't die. She didn't want him to die because his dick's too big. That is an action star. Writing the script, nurse comes in, looks at the stick, pretty impressed. Not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being like, donate to my charity. That used to be Mel Gibson drunk in his car yelling about Jews. A psycho. Let me ask you a question. If you have to call one of your buddies to help you in a fight, do you call your friend with all the right opinions or your buddy who was banned from Facebook twice? Multiple Deweys. He's got to breathe into the car to start it, but once he does, it's go time. Will Smith used to be Hancock. Now he's doing a press tour about his wife's boyfriends. And the moral of the story is never trust a woman that gets the same haircut as you. I know. Hey. And I know, no matter how many buzz cuts your wife gets, is not an excuse to start slapping black guys at the Oscars. I know that. A little unfair. You always hear behind every great man's an even greater woman, but you never hear behind every man that committed atrocities is a woman who's even more atrocious. Like, do you guys think Hitler's girlfriend loved Jews? I think she was in on the project, personally. Hitler came home after doing art or whatever Hitler was up to back then. I was like, how was your day, Eva? And she was like, I don't know, Hitler. She's really naggy, Hitler's girlfriend. I don't know, Hitler. I was just talking to a real man today, David Rosenberg. What are you gonna do about it? Man that can grow a full mustache. She died, though, which is probably good. If Hitler's girlfriend didn't die, she'd have a blog right now, 10 ways to know when you were dating a narcissist. Hitler's girlfriend would have a podcast with Anne Frank about how they're both victims. Okay. 2 more bad things, and I'm gonna move on. There's probably not even any here, but ladies, this is a fair question. Why do the women that hate men the most look the most like men? That is a fair question. Buzz cuts, men's clothing. That would be like if the leader of the KKK was wearing a do-rag, right? It's like the white race is the best race. He's dribbling a basketball, like beatboxing. Like, loves black people, it looks like. I think sometimes people are a little unfair to women because we'll say, oh, they're more crazy, but their craziness is just spread out. You all get a little, whereas guy craziness is centralized into one psychopath that has a woman locked in his basement. Girls, girl craziness like 5%. Guy craziness is like normal. Hitler, normal. Shoots up at school, normal. There was only one woman that ever shot up a school, and she went trans first before she did it. Isn't that wild? 25 years as a woman, no problems. 1 year paying for her own drinks. One. 1 year, $50? No, we just had 2 margaritas. That's how much they cost! No. So there's obviously hard parts about being a girl, but there's hard parts about being a guy too. We have to pretend we hate Andrew Tate. That's one. No, I'm just kidding, but it's funny. A lot of those guys will be like, every guy should have so much pussy and money, and you have to be there with your chick. Like, what an idiot. Like, no, he shouldn't. Stupid. I think they're better at making laws to help women, though, because when they do it for men, they just kind of do it the same. Like, right now, there's a law. It's illegal to have sex with someone that's mentally retarded, right? Is that going to be a problem? Does someone need to make a phone call? Well, it's a good rule. It's so men don't take advantage of women. But do men really need that law made for us the other way around? I feel like a guy could be the most mentally retarded dude in the world in the Stephen Hawking's wheelchair, the whole thing. Yeah. And as a society, we're like, we know your life is really hard, but good news, we just passed a law that if a woman ever fucks you, we put her in jail for life. You're welcome. I feel like the most mentally retarded dude in the world would be like, I won't tell. Not a snitch. You can call me retarded. I'm retarded for that pudding. Stephen Hawking, opposite of mentally retarded. Snizhound. Isn't that crazy? When Stephen Hawking went to Epstein's Island, he was walking normal, and apparently that's how good it was. And when they asked him about it, he said, worth it. Isn't that crazy? It is funny that Stephen Hawking was getting so much pussy. Like, if you have a buddy that's like, man, no girls will fuck me, and Stephen Hawking just swimming in it, you know? What's your excuse? He was turning down women. By the way, I don't know if I could date a girl if she just got swerved by the hawk. Like, Like if right before your girl goes up to Stephen Hawking, she goes, I don't care what anyone says, Stephen Hawking. You're so hot, I want to have sex with you. And he goes, gross. Beat it. Fugly bitch. And then you gotta like run into him at a party awkwardly. You're like, how do you two know each other? And Stephen Hawking's like, one man's trash is another man's treasure. As long as you like her, that's all that matters. Not a great impression. But on the topic of throats, I think as a society, we all owe Michael Douglas a bit of an apology, because I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, Michael Douglas was like, one of the reasons I got throat cancer was from eating pussy. And everyone was like, shut up, Michael Douglas, that's not how you get throat cancer. And then a lot of doctors were like, it's one of the leading causes of throat cancer. And women still make you do it. That's how much of monsters they are. They want you to go down on them, even though they have a pack of smokes between their legs. A pack of Marlboro Red no filters between their thighs. In 10 years, you're gonna see commercials of just a guy on TV with a hole in his neck, like, I wish I never started. It was supposed to be 169. She wouldn't let me stop. People in America are very hyped about politics right now, which I've never voted, which pisses people off because I still talk mad shit, right? But a friend of mine, she was like, I've never had sex with someone that has different political views than me. And I'm like, you probably have, though. You know. Little technique dudes use called lying. Well, see, I fucked a dude where it's obvious. Dudes aren't stupid. If you're trying to get that type of trim, you don't show up with your January 6th commemorative t-shirt. You leave the bullhorns and the InfoWars gear at home. If you're trying to smash that. Same reason if a girl's got like a Let's Go Brandon shirt taking shots at the bar. You're gonna sidle up to that girl like, they need more women in STEM fields. You're done, you know? You gotta tell that girl some Republican shit. I wanna storm that pussy like it's the Capitol. Let's get out of here. You Joe Biden, cause my dick feeling the inflation. Stuff like that. Tell him some Republican shit. It's gone both ways, though. I have a friend in Texas. Last time I was there, he was like, dude, you gotta come to the gun range with me. And I was like, I don't want to go to the gun range. He's like, what are you, like a liberal pussy now? And I was like, I think I'm just a normal pussy. Like, if we need to make politics into it, I'm just in my 30s. I want to do stuff I don't want to do. And by the way, I've went once to the gun range. I know what happens. You hold the gun, then your stepdad holds you way too tight. And when you hit the bullseye, it gives you a kiss on the lip. And I'm not falling for that again. Boy, it's fine when you always have to hear about everyone's politics. I had a pilot when I was coming back from America to Canada, and this is when people still had to wear masks at the time. And the pilot came on the loudspeaker and he was like, hey everyone, you gotta put your masks on, and I want the record to state this is a rule I very much do not agree with. But it was to the point where they were like grabbing the mic away from him, like, rah! Liberal overreach! Right, your Congress people! What happened to my body, my jaw? And half the plane's like, boo, and half the plane's like, you know. And I'm kind of like, we should probably start the plane though, no? I don't need to know my pilot's politics. Obviously, if I do have to know my pilot's politics, I prefer a Republican pilot. Not a political statement. I'll take the guy flying with God on the wings. Thank you very much. I'll take the Patriot. It's his duty to land this plane for America. Like, thank you. Not some girl from a city coming on like, do you know how bad this jet is for global warming? We're dead. Are you crazy? Heaven forbid there's a terrorist. You need a patriot who's gonna put his life on the line, right? Some dude who's still tricked into thinking the American military's the good guy, right? With a sense of duty, cracking necks, not today, Muhammad, you know? Calling the male stewardess gay in the same breath, a patriot. Not some girl from where I live coming on, guys, stop! We don't know what this terrorist has been through. I think the best thing that dudes did politically, though, was convincing activist chicks, if you really care about the cause, you should pull your tits out of the rally. Good work, fellas. We're like, pull the tits out. And they're like, we don't want to. We're like, someone doesn't care about Palestine. As much as she claims to on the internet. Remember they used to have Girls Gone Wild? I feel like new Girls Gone Wild as they go to college campuses and they're like, ladies, pull your tits out. They're like, we don't want to. They go, they're fracking over there. They go, what the hell? Ladies, they're getting rid of maternity leave in Arkansas. They go, not if we can help it. Did I solve it? Yeah, it's solved. I feel like vegans are the most hated activist group. Vegans get so much shit. People will be like, fuck you, you're like the pedophile. They're like, behind him, there's a vegan. Not well liked. And some of their stuff isn't even that crazy. They're like, we shouldn't boil lobsters alive. And we're like, we're boiling them. You're like, why? It tastes 1% better. I have a friend who's a chef, and he goes, well, the lobster can't really feel it. You look at the pan, the lobster's like, ah! That one can feel it a little bit. My favorite is just like the no accountability activism, though. Like, so I don't know if you guys know the girls from Playboy, they have like this podcast where they drop these truth bombs, and they'll be like, you guys might not realize this, but Hugh Hefner was a misogynist. And you're like, what the? You're like, how long did you work there? 35 years. I guess a little bit girls can kind of talk shit about dudes on the internet and get us in trouble. But maybe that's payback for we used to get to call girls witches, just have you burned at the stake, you know? The good old... No, I'm just... And by the way, that would be the worst time to be a girl, because girls love witch stuff, right? Crystals, astrology, potions, candles, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Twilight, brooms. It's like all of your favorite things. They love it. Like, what's your astrology sign? You'd be dead for knowing that back in the day. Back in the day, a girl would be on a date like, oh, I should tell you the moon's actually in retrograde. And we'd be like, oh, crazy. You should actually tell the judge, bitch, because your burning starts at dusk. A terrible time to be a witch. Crystals are my favorite. There was a girl on tour, she was selling crystals, and she goes, these are finance crystals, they make you rich. And we're like, crazy, well, you actually have a whole bucket of them, and your job is right now selling rocks. So, are you kind of just not using them, sort of thing? It's like a homeless guy under a bridge, like, this is my owning a duplex, crystals. Why don't you own one? Can't get high in your own supply, brother. That's the First rule of crystals. I don't know if you guys remember, but Tom Brady, when he won the Super Bowl, his wife Giselle at the time said one of the reasons he won is because she has these protection crystals that keep him safe. To the point where he was doing interviews being like, when I won the Super Bowl, oh, I'm so sorry, babe, when we won the Super Bowl. And I feel like girls say they believe in protection crystals, but if a guy was like, listen, I don't have a condom, but the good news is I have this protection crystal. I won't be able to walk you home, but I put a protection crystal in your purse. And you are gonna want that, because some of the neighborhood guys also do crystal. So you're going to want that. And then Tom Brady's wife, she lost all her money in crypto too, and it was like, ladies, you don't get to be into girl crystals and guy crystals, you know what I mean? That's our crystal. Every guy puts 30% of his money in crypto, loses it, and that's how we close the wage gap. You're welcome. Does solve everything. Any crypto dudes here? Anyone lose money in crypto here? We're back a little bit though, right, boys? I feel like every guy's primed to just lose money on crypto and gambling. You know, like even fairy tales girls get versus guys. Girl fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood, Trust This Wolf, and the moral of the story is don't trust strangers. Dude fairy tales, Jack and the Beanstalk. That is a cryptocurrency fairy tale. Jack's gonna put his money into this magic bean, but all the haters tell him not to. But Jack's not a pussy, so Jack don't listen to the FUD, and he apes the fuck in, and that Beanstalk goes to the moon. What's up, you trying to be Jack, or you trying to be the bean, bitch? You're like, I'm Jack, I'm not a bean. That's dude fairy tales. But I feel like no dudes care if a girl was a witch. We'll kind of smash anything, you know? This is how much dudes don't care. There was an entire era of dating where girls were shaving off their eyebrows, then drawing on new eyebrows. Do you remember? And no guy liked it, but we still all went on dates with you like nothing out of the ordinary here. Just on a date with Mrs. Potato Head currently. Can you imagine before a date, if I shaved off my beard, then drew on a new one with Sharpie? Just showing up some zigzags. Fuck it, I'm a Middle Eastern DJ tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Not a chance. We can't even wear a toupee without it being weird, but girls can wear 2 eyelash toupees, and that's acceptable. I remember the first time I saw a girl's eyelash on my pillow, and you're just like, what just happened? Either this woman is dying, or I just fucked her eyelash off. It's one of the two. Hey, either she's sick or I'm sick. It's one of the two. We're kind of tricked so easily, though. I feel like it bothers normal girls sometimes, because girls can have fake tits, eyebrows, and hair, and every dude's just like nice and natural. And normal girls are like, you can't tell, it's all fake. And we're like, shut up, no lips. That's looks like now. The Kardashians made a few updates. And one of the greatest marketing moves in history, kind of, right? Kardashians are like, remember supermodels? Now it's gonna be a little short troll. Looks like her face was stung by all the bees. And it worked. Because they got black guys on board. That's how you change culture. Not even in a weird way. Black guys were like, we think the Kardashians are hot. And white guys were like, I think that too now. Black guys can be like, we're doing shoes on the wrong feet. And white guys are like, if that's the deal, that's the deal. I'm not here to argue with basketball players and rappers about what's hot. We just get tricked. That's probably happening in every culture of the world, too. There's probably some tribe in Africa where the girls have all the long necks with the rings, and all the African bros are like, yo, you see the fucking neck on... their wives are like, you can see the rings, you idiots. And they're like, no one's talking to you, no-necked bitches. We're looking at necks right now. What God intended. We're gonna talk about race now. Deal with it, white boy. I'm allowed to do race jokes because I'm actually half Irish, the true slaves, so it's fine. Irish people love telling people they were oppressed and no one gives a fuck. Irish people will be like, we were slaves, and everyone's like, you should tell that to people. Finding out Irish people might have been slaves is kind of like finding a counterfeit bill where you're like, woo, think I can use this for something? And people are like, you can try. But there were certain things. When Irish people first moved to America, they couldn't get jobs because there were big signs that said no drinking on the job. And we know who that disproportionately affected, right? That would be like if they said, anyone's allowed to be an Uber driver, but you're not allowed to talk to your wife in Arabic during the ride. We know who that's about. You're just supposed to raw dog the ride? I feel like Italians are the most pumped of their ethnicity out of white people. You know what? Is there any Italians here? Stoked, right? I feel like Italian dudes do a DNA test every morning just to be like, fuck yes. They love crosses. Italians love crosses and then doing none of the Catholic stuff. Isn't that kind of crazy that the one job women will never be able to be is a Catholic confessional priest? It's kind of crazy, right? Because women priests would solve one of the church's pesky problems, right? I know. Yeah, but it'll never happen. They'll never be able to be a confessional priest. And the reason is apparently because even God knew that no woman could handle that level of gossip. So you can't have your confessional priest saying, do tell. And then what happened? Is my priest texting right now? I think actually religion could solve some of the world's problems, but you guys aren't gonna like it. But people talk about global warming. This is how religion would solve that. There's 1 billion Muslims right now, and they pray 5 times a day. So on the last pray, they should all agree just to blow on the earth to cool it down a bit, like 5 times a day. I knew you weren't gonna like it. Listen, it's fine. You racists are thinking the spicy curry breath is gonna make the earth hotter. That's you racists were thinking. Fine. Option 2, the Jews that control the weather just turn it down a bit. So that's the second option. And whoever solves it first gets to keep Israel. Hey. I'm not gonna apologize for solving both of Greta Thunberg's problems in one joke. Do you guys think the first guy to put his wife in a burqa, she was just gross? Do you think that there's a possibility he's like, what if we cover him up? Do you think it's possible? Okay. You're right. As an immigrant, I actually think the hardest immigrant to be would be like Indian or Asian or something, because a lot of time their dads will be like, son, you can only date an Indian girl. It's like, well then dad, why'd you move me away from where they all are? It's kind of a crazy thing to tell a teenage boy, right? 90% of the pussy's off the market. Get out there. Cock blocking him a little. I dated a girl like that when I lived in Toronto, Canada. Her dad wanted her to date an Indian doctor, and this guy was not pumped when she started dating a white comedian. And he didn't want to listen when I tried to explain to him that laughter is medicine. So, if you think about it, I'm a bit of a practitioner myself. And he was like, no, get out of here and take all these goats. We don't even do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So this racist said to me. I actually have a super multicultural family in Toronto. I have a lot of half black and half Indian cousins, which is like a cool family. But one Christmas, we wanted to go to a movie, and the only thing playing was Django Unchained. It's like awkward, right? Because we're all cheering at different parts. And I'm cheering at the credits. That's awkward, right? The only thing I can think of is more awkward is if you went to that movie and there was a black guy sitting in your seat and then you had to ask him to move. Can you imagine mid-whipping scene? You had to come in. All right, C43. Ooh. Ah. Ha, ha. Think you might be in the back of the theater there, pal. Because that's the most thing you don't get called as a white dude's racist. If someone's like, this is a racist murderer, you're like, I'm just a murderer. There was a dude in Atlanta that shot up all these Asian rub and tug parlors, and in the courtroom they were calling him racist, and that guy stood up and he was like, I'm not racist, I promise, I just hate whores. Like, even that guy. He's gonna be going to the electric chair, like some of my best friends are Asian. Well, what do you guys think? Should you treat people of different races the same or different? What do you specifically think? Why don't you guys want to answer? Well, it's because the answer is different, but I can understand why you don't want to yell it. Like, I'll never tell a black guy he looks like another guy. The stakes are way too high. The black guy to me could be like, you look like Jonah Hill. I'll be like, I've actually been told that. Yeah. Even there's just little things. Like if I was dating a girl from Australia and I was like, oh, let me make her feel comfortable by putting on Australian music, you know, Cat Empire, some shit like that. Yeah, nothing weird about that. Everyone feels normal, but if I'm dating an Indian girl, I can't bring her home, put on some candles, and put on... It gets weird. But it's kind of a one-way thing, because I would love if a girl in America tried to make me feel comfortable, took me home and set some candles up and made me feel comfortable with music of my culture, put on, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. I would love that. Shook it to China. I would love that. If a girl made me feel comfortable by putting on Just Out for a Rip, Are We, Bud? I would love that. Just Out for a Rip. That's the only song. That's a smashing anthem. Classic. People are watching wondering what that is. Google it. Shit. All right. To be honest, I'm actually not really like one of those comedians that's like, you can't say anything anymore. Like, you kind of can. Like, you can do it. I mean, I'll leave it on YouTube, but here, the trick is don't have a job. That is the first trick, and a microphone does help. That's another thing. Because I had a guy come up to me after a show, and he was like, dude, it's messed up. You can't say anything. I got fired from my job for making fat jokes just like you were doing. And I go, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I'm a waiter. I go, little different, though, no? I don't know if waiters should be making fat jokes. Going up to a table, eating for four tonight, are we, ladies? Oh, what? I can't make a joke? Like, I might be on your boss's side. To be honest. And I think things have kind of got more normal in the last little bit, but I do still find super overly empowering narratives very funny. Like, there's this show on Netflix called In the Dark. Do you guys know the show? So it's about this girl. She's a blind alcoholic detective, right? Sorry, blind alcoholic sex addict detective. And there's a scene, it's honestly a pretty good show, but there's a scene in the show where a friend goes, "You'll never solve the case." And she goes, "Why? Because I'm blind?" And her friend goes, "No, it's because you didn't go to school for that." And you're like, also because you're blind. Like, I don't even know what the lesson to be learned there is. Like, you're supposed to watch that and be like, I can't believe I used to think blind people couldn't be detectives. Now that I'm educated, I hope my cab driver's blind. I want Helen Keller picking me up now that I know. And I get it, it's like Hollywood stuff, but you could be the most Hollywood person in the world, but if your own daughter went missing and the detective showed up like, "What's up, I'm the detective on the case here. We only got 24 hours to solve this bad boy, so. Do you mind if I feel your face? I just want to get a bit of a read of what she might look like." Also, I'm drunk. Did I mention a lot of White Claws today? I got into it. Could I suck you off? I'm a sex addict too. Did I mention? You're like, "Is there some sort of problem?" And you're like, "Well, we're just behind you." And you're like, "Oh, because I'm blind." Like I'm crazy for saying maybe every person shouldn't have every single job? Listen, if I hire a roofer and he shows up in a wheelchair, I'm not gonna be pumped. I apologize. Just wheeling in like, I'm actually amazing at what I do. You just gotta get me up there. If you got a pulley system, I will work magic on those shingles. So some jobs are just a little weird. You know, girl mover's a little weird, blind detective, male gynecologist. We know what you're up to, pal. They're mostly females now, so if you're a male gyno now, you gotta want it, you know? Is there any women here that went with a male gyno even though most of them are females now? Yeah, why'd you go with male gyno? Is that what he told you? They're all male? It's either me or you die. You're like, "What about that one?" It's just me. What do you mean they're all male? Oh, here they still got like a foothold. Okay, clap if you... The males are still holding it down here? The male gyno unions, like, these are our pussies, and we will not let... These females are gonna stay in our holes! Do you like the male gyno better than the female gynos? He's more gentle? What are the female gynos doing? Is it like a female cop situation where they got something to prove? Male gyno's gentle though. Sets the mood, does it smooth, plays some Usher beforehand. 7 o'clock on the dot. He's in male gyno town. This one's on the house. is someone always takes advantage. You don't think there's one abortion doctor that got into the game just because he really fucking hates babies? He was gonna be a normal doctor, then he was on a plane with a baby that wouldn't shut. If you don't mind, I'm trying to do my doctor work. He lands the plane, this ends today. Or one doctor that does the transgender dick cutting off surgeries that the chick just hates men, you know? If there was a girl that's like, I hate men, I want to cut their dicks off, and you're like, you are not going to believe what I'm about to tell you is a job. Just showing up with 2 katanas, cling, cling, cling. When you love what you do, never work a day in your life. Wearing the dicks on a necklace like a warlord. Come on! Come on! So that's weird. Male kindergarten teacher. A little strange, right? Normal, normal, normal. Male kindergarten teacher. Normal. Although, there was a lot of female teachers these days having sex with their, like, 13-year-old male students. Which has proved what I've been saying forever, that 13-year-old boys are irresistible. Stop making them so hot. Problem solved. I should have asked. You guys a pedophile crowd? Not a pedophile crowd? Who here's on the flight logs? I know, no one likes when you make fun of their group. I know, but... It is weird, though, that they have, like, barely legal porn still, you know? Too many pedophile jokes? Okay, you're right, I'll move on. So this is a relationship joke, I'm moving on. So a friend of mine, he's actually in a big fight with his girl right now because she was on her period, and I guess for girls, your first period's like a big deal. And... Okay, that's an anorexia joke, for the record. I'll make a note. No period jokes. Okay. No period jokes. And for the record, I'll always have sex with a girl when she's on her period. I don't care. But I do always run outside naked after with the blood on my dick, screaming, I just killed my cat. And that's a cat joke. Okay, no cat jokes either, I guess. I will make note of that. No anorexia jokes, no period jokes, no cat jokes. I guess we'll just do the barely legal porn joke then. Well, do you know when they have barely legal porn? Do you think they have barely legal porn the other way, where the woman's so old she's about to die? And they're like, Mildred, you only have 3 hours to live. Blink if you consent to getting the gang back together for one final gangbang. And then as all the guys are banging her, you're like, is this even legal? And they're like, barely. So it's barely legal. I'm sorry, I had to tell that joke. It is a little unfair, though. You know, if we come quick, we're a bitch. If a girl comes quick, we're both heroes. A little bit. I'm sure every guy's dated a girl where she's like, oh, I have a really hard time coming, and we have to be like, haven't tried this dick. And then we all come back from trying to make a girl come like the American military comes back from spreading democracy. Like, I think it might be a 20-year project. Spreading democracy is really hard. And a lot like trying to make a girl come. You're like, I'm making some targeted strikes in weird regions. I'm not familiar with the geography at all. Lindsey Graham's in the room cheering me on in both situations. You're like, I think this is costing me a lot of money. And I probably won't accomplish my objective. The only promise I can make is at the end of this, I will pull out and make a huge mess. That is a foreign policy cum joke. Never been tried before. And may never be tried again. Pentagon doesn't want you to hear that one. Everything's just hotter when a girl does it, you know? Even like if you're having sex and she's gagging, it can be a little hot, you know? But if you're with your girl and you're the one that's like, she's like, are you okay? You're like, mind your business. Not hot there. Dude, a girl could be having a full-on seizure during sex and it'd be hot. She'd be like, and guys will just be like, that's what happens when you fuck the king. I need to go to the hospital. Well, I'm not surprised. It's just harder when it's a girl. Like, blood's not hot, but have you ever started a girl's period during sex? Kind of feel like a guy that just struck oil. I am the fire starter. Even a bad position, if you're with your girl and she's like, oh, not there, it's too deep, we'd be like, why, thank you. But it's not hot if you're the one there that's like, I don't know, it's too deep right there. It's spooky at the back parts. I like to stay in the shallow end. I think I'll just go down on you instead. I wish I never started. You guys have been amazing. Thank you very much for coming. I very much appreciate you guys. And thank you for everyone who watched. Smash that like button, tell a friend. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. You specifically, who are we going with? Also, if you could rank races from your favorite to least favorite. Get some opinions on the books here. What age should kids transition at? That is information I need. There's a lot of weird combos because of all this stuff. Recently, I saw two super gay dudes holding hands with Trump hats on. That's a fun combo, right? Ideal situations, build the border wall, then put a glory hole in it. You're not getting in, but a little something for the road. No, I don't think being gay is a choice. Being really gay, probably a bit of a choice, but I hope that's your choice. To wear the shirt that says, I'm a cum slave. You're not waking up every morning, why do I have to do this? Are you guys a protesting Bud Light crowd or protesting Chick-fil-A the first time? There's a lot of protests right now because brands too gay or not gay enough. That's why nobody protests wrestling, because it's the perfect amount of gay. A little something for everybody. Fuck yeah, white trash America for the Republicans. Two naked dudes rolling around for the Democrats. A little something for everybody. That's why God approves. I live in New York now, which is kind of wild. This is what I saw outside of my house a couple of days ago. It was a guy and a girl arguing, right? And the girl looks at the guy, she goes, hey, listen, buddy, I showed you both my titties, now give me the McFlurry, right? So, these are the deals that they got going on, right? Titty for McFlurry exchanges that are going south at some point. Where I guess the girl showed the titties and the guy was like, nah, that ain't McFlurry titties. Those are nugget titties tops. 2-pack. Girls are allowed to have their tits out in public, but you don't see a lot of them doing it, which is kind of messed up, because if you don't use your rights, you lose them, ladies, but I guess you don't care. But they do always have that conversation, right? They're like, should girls be allowed to breastfeed in public? And I guess some people are like, no, and some guys are like, you can squirt it on me for all I care. Yeah, I think girls should be allowed to breastfeed wherever they want, but I also do think if the baby's full, you should have to offer the rest to any guys that are thirsty in the vicinity, because there's kids starving in Africa. you remember parents used to say that? There's kids starving in Africa, you gotta eat your food. African kids love it when you finish your food. It's like their favorite thing, right? They get stoked. They're like, yes! I knew we could do it. And they get pissed when you don't finish. They're like, what the hell? Not even the broccoli? Oh. Do you remember you used to have all those commercials for starving African kids? You don't see them anymore because we solved it by eating our vegetables, so congratulations. Yeah. No, it didn't help, but it kind of felt like it did a little bit, right? It's kind of like going up to a homeless guy and you're like, really good news. I'm using every room in my house. There was an empty room, but I put an office there in solidarity. There will be no waste in the Long household. But most guys aren't gonna look if a girl's breastfeeding. Sometimes they're making a bit of a show of it, though, right? No? Well, I don't know if you know, on YouTube, there's all these like tutorials for breastfeeding to help new mothers. 12 million views on these videos, right? It's probably just 12 million new mothers, right? That's probably most likely what that is. 12 million new mothers leaving comments like, wish I was the baby. Like, yeah. He's a thirsty boy, isn't he? Save some for Doug. There's 0 channels where it's a dude doing like a testicular cancer exam. And 12 million women are like, do the left one. Yeah, don't forget the left ball. Vagina's just worth more than dick. That's simple arithmetic. Girls can sell their used panties on the internet for thousands of dollars just because it touched your vagina. That's crazy, right? Everything a dick touches is immediately worth less money. That is a fact. Watch, give me your drink. I'll do a demonstration of the devaluing power. Algorithms are a little on dudes' asses right now, though. You know, they'll just send you pictures of naked girls all day long when you're scrolling, and if you stutter with your finger, the algorithm is like, you are the titty man for the rest of your life. And then your girl's like, why is your phone all hot chicks? And you're like, I'm being fucking set up here, man. Mark Zuckerberg's out to get me. In real life, a girl doesn't walk by with her tits out. You take a peek, and for the rest of the day, she's everywhere. I'm at the bank, and I take a break. You looked once, you'll look forever. Trying to get dudes off the conspiracy videos, that's what's happening. They see you looking at MK Ultra late at night, they're like, send in the titties. Close up this third eye. What's the Federal Reserve been up to? Titties. You can't have flat earth, but you can have round tits. That's the algorithm saying to you. That's how they keep you depressed. I don't even know that, but the depression rate's like super high here. In China, it's like 4% because slave labor cures depression. They don't want you to know that, but no, it is high here though. I saw a commercial for a depression medication and the side effects were suicidal thoughts, so it's not a great product, you know? All right, what if it doesn't work? They're like, well, just say you won't be depressed one way or the other after you take it. You can't have a side effect that's worse. That's like, oh, we have a medication for CTE and the side effects are you might beat your wife more. It's worse. That's like if you went to get the vaccine for COVID. Well, that's a bad example because that one's perfect, but there are potentially... Oh, God. Now they're sending me titties again. This is what happens. These algorithms. So I was moving recently, and we were looking at moving companies, but because of the algorithm, they kept showing us this one company that was like an all-girl moving company, like a shitty